everybody. I'm Cassidy, one of your Indianapolis Colts cheerleaders, and you're watching the Bleav in Colts podcast.
Welcome back to Bleav in Colts. I'm Lawrence Owen. With me, as usual, is my guys, Jerraud Powers and Rodney McLeod. And today, we're going to be going over a lot of stuff. But mostly, we're going to be talking about Monday Night Football. The Indianapolis Colts, ooh boy, are going to be hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. Jerraud, what's your initial thoughts about this game upcoming?
I mean, every week's a tough week. I mean, obviously, when you look at the Chargers, I don't think they're having the season that they expected to have, but been playing better football here late. Got an up and coming, superstar in Herbert. Big time arm, can throw it all over the field, can make every throw in the book. Probably going to make some throws that we probably haven't seen because every week he does something with the football that you're just like, it's only one other quarterback in this league that can throw it like that, and that's Pat Mahomes. And then you look at the running back, Ekeler is one of the better running backs in the league. He's been banged up earlier in the year, but seems like he's getting his groove back going. And, Keenan Allen been in and out of the late lineup here of late. And, as just like their other players, seem like, he's getting back healthy and into the rhythm as they're trying to fight for playoff aspirations as well. So, I mean, it's going to be another difficult challenge. Is going to be another difficult game. Rodney and the boys are going to have their hands full. They got weapons all over the field. Should be another fun one. Should be another fun one to watch, and hopefully, we can jump out on them just like we jump out on Minnesota, but finish it this time.
Your thoughts, Rodney?
Yeah, man, dynamic, very skilled offense, and it starts with 10. Justin Herbert, young phenom, is making his presence felt in this league early on in his career. And as Jerraud said, man, he can throw the ball the distance. He can throw the ball on the dime on the outcut. He makes some very great throws, and so it's going to be a great challenge for us. Knowing they have a good skill group. Keenan Allen, probably one of the better route runners in the league for some years now. Had the opportunity to go against him a few times, so know what I'm up against with him. And then you got Mike Williams, who's just a huge target, and he was the reason why they had the chance to win the game last week. I just watched film this morning and saw the way that game ended. It was a throw that you wouldn't expect a quarterback to make, but he believes in 81 and he puts it in a great position. Defenders right on him, throws it away from leverage on the sideline and sets them up for the field goal to win the game versus Tennessee. So, man, we know what we're up against. Even looking at the schedule, you just look like, yeah, it doesn't get any easier as a defender, man, especially as a defensive back. Like, you got to bring your best every week. We understand that. The lights are going to be bright Monday night. So, we got to go out there and take care of business, in our home stadium. Something that, I'm sad that we haven't been able to do a lot of is really defend our home the way that we should. And so, we got to make sure we do that come Monday night. And as Jerraud said, man, start the way that we did last week, had that level of intensity, create turnovers, but more importantly, man, close this game out the way that we know we should, and really gain the respect back. I think that's the biggest thing is gain that respect back from, the league, and from viewers as well, everybody watching.
Basketball is back, and BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting needs this season. You'll always find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, game trends at BetOnline. As your continued source for all sports wagering information, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports and events, whether that's NFL, NBA, NHL, MMA, tennis, boxing, even golf. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code Bleav to receive your rewards. BetOnline, where the game starts. Absolutely. Now, Yeah, after the game that we had last week, last couple weeks, it would be very nice to be able to sit back after a game and just go, yeah,
Nice
we
Christmas
won.
gift.
Yes,
Nice Christmas gift. I need
absolutely.
that. Like,
I
come
mean,
on.
it'll be the day after Christmas, but that
But it still counts. It
Yeah,
still
it
counts.
still
And
counts.
I need a pick. That's what I need. I'm close. I'm like, come on.
Oh yeah. Oh well, Rodney Thomas almost had himself 2 picks last week. Because he had that one in the back of the end zone, came off the tip of his
I
fingers.
told him. I said, man, I said, bro, you owe me. Come on, man. I know. I got you this half. And then
I had an old coach tell me, if you just catch the ones they throw to you, say you'll be a Pro Bowl every year. But Rodney, man, you're definitely gonna get some opportunities. I mean, you already know they're gonna throw it 50 times, so you definitely go get your opportunities.
It don't matter. They don't got to be down 30 to do that.
No, and yeah, you're right. And Herbert's not afraid to go deep to his guys either. So, last year, watching Justin, I was like, this guy is a different person when pressure's on. Like completely different. Like first and second down, he may or may not make the play. If it's fourth down and it's like 4th and 15 and the coach is putting him out there to make a play, he makes that damn play no matter what. And I'm like, how does this dude do? I mean, that's unreal. The kind of
confidence that he has.
Exactly, especially at his young age.
Yeah,
he's a hell of a talent.
You can't coach. You can't coach that. That just comes from within, and really just belief. He had confidence in himself and his abilities and his players that he has around him, and you see that on full display from him. But you don't really expect that. From a young player so early, been able to do the things that he's able to accomplish thus far.
I mean, what's crazy about Justin Herbert's, career so far is we weren't even supposed to see, his ability the way that we're seeing it, right now. I mean, if the situation didn't happen with Tyrod Taylor and the doctors, that they were planning on letting him sit. And kind of just learn and observe. And then boom, he got through in the fire and people were like, what in the world? Like how is this? That. Yeah, like this guy is unbelievable. So for him to get thrown in the fire last year, I'm guessing, it sped his process up as far as learning the position, learning defenses and all those type things to where when you're in the moment, he probably didn't have nothing to rely on, but I know I got a strong arm and I can make every throw. Like, I don't care what defense you in, and so until I figure out that part, I'm going to just, rely on my arm talent. But now you see his evolution, starting to grow as a quarterback with him dissecting the defense, knowing, where to go with the ball. And of course, like you said, Rodney, he got weapons around him, man. If those guys are able to stay healthy for an entire year, there's no telling what type of numbers Justin can put up, because I think the entire wide receiver core only played a full healthy group, a few times this season. I know Keenan's missed a lot of time, Williams missed a lot of time, and Ekeler's missed a lot of time. So, he's really had to rely on just his God-given talent to kind of get him through some of the adversity he's faced so far in his young career.
And they still right now sit at the, I think, 6th seed in the AFC. So.
Yeah. Speaking of Ekeler, I kind of see him very similar as I did, the running back we just faced off against Cook, kind of very similar skill sets from what I'm seeing, with not only his ability to run the ball inside and out, but also come out of the backfield and make some big splash plays at times and be a safety blanket for Herbert when he needs to be as well. Guys, how do you, I don't know, how does the defense kind of close in on a running back like Austin Ekeler?
Yeah, I think Ekeler, I had a pleasure of playing him last year when I was in Philly. And, one thing notice is just his strength. Like he's strong, small running back, but, packs a good punch and does a good job at being able to lower his shoulder, also, catch out the backfield, as you said. So, I don't know if he has the long speed like a Dalvin Cook, but he's an explosive runner who can, do it all, can affect you, can hurt you in, running the ball, but also have the ability to catch out the backfield. They looking at film, they line up in some 2 running back sets, and they like both backs that they have. So, 30's going to grab our attention for sure. But yeah, he's another weapon that they utilize often in our offense.
A tough runner as well, can break tackles, run hard. He ain't gonna run out of bounds on the sideline. He's gonna lower that shoulder. So yeah, definitely can see some of the similar traits that him and Dalvin has. But like Rodney said, I think Dalvin's speed, I mean, that's just a different, that's that stuff that God gives you to where you ain't even got to work on it. And I think Dalvin's fast as soon as he, steps his foot on the ground when he wakes up every morning. So
yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. But I usage wise, I see the usage very similar, between the two players. Obviously, I agree. Dalvin's got that quickness to be able to get downfield very, very fast. Who's the more dangerous receiver on this team? Is it Keenan? Is it Williams? That's my question.
That's a good question.
It all depends on the situation. Mike he's going to be at the point of attack on, more than likely all deep throws, because of his size and catch radius. And I think Keenan Allen, where he is in his career, but he's always been a good intermediate route runner, right? Just controlling the inside. You see him in the slot a lot more now. Like I said, because of, his shiftiness, but also he's smart. He's seen a lot. And so he's a good outlet for Herbert, with anything kind of in the middle of the field. And Mike normally does a good job at being a great deep threat. So it's just how they utilize them. They both show up, and both are effective.
I think they definitely complement each other well, and I'm excited to see them just stay healthy and what they can do on the field, because you almost got to pick your poison as a defense. Like you said, Mike, down the field, it don't matter if he's covered or not. He's going to have an opportunity to catch the ball because of his radius and, things of that nature. And then when you're talking about Keenan, he knows how to separate. He knows how to get open. I mean, his route running ability and the uniqueness with how he runs his routes, it's almost like I don't want to say unorthodox, but, he don't run an outcut like everybody else in the league. He's going to put some sauce on it. It's going to be some type of different, step or different angle that you haven't seen. So he's good with separating. And like Rodney said, the intermediate routes, he's great at finding ways to get open with his route running ability. So, as a defense, you almost got to pick your poison and, just, put guys in position and hopefully just, hope they win their matchups.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to go flip to the other side of the ball. I completely forgot Khalil Mack was on this team. And Kyle Van Noy. I'm like, what? Now
they loaded up.
They're loaded on defense, secondary too.
Yeah. I mean, I think Derwin's hurt, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they still got Asante Samuel.
Got hurt too. Yeah, Samuel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Bosa, I think is hurt. I think he's done, isn't he?
Yeah, I was saying J.C. Jackson. He got hurt as well.
Yeah,
like that's another addition that they had. But yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah. They got a lot of injuries over there, so they went out and got extra people. But, man, what do you think about? Obviously, I mean, with the guys that are missing, that's a big hit on a defense. And you talk about next man up, but what are your thoughts about some specific guys, like let's say Kyle Van Noy or Khalil Mack or Asante Samuel Jr.?
I'm a big fan of Asante Samuel Jr. I mean, he just got a knack for being around the ball like his dad. I mean, you see him play and his ball skills and the way that the style that he plays. He's an aggressive style corner that's not afraid to gamble in certain situations to see if he can get that ball. Just like there's a lot of young receivers coming into the league and having success early. I mean, it's a lot of big time corners that's coming into the league that's young and establishing themselves early as, one of the better players in the secondary or in the league. So I'm a big fan of Asante Samuel Jr. for sure.
Rodney, anyone you want to talk about on this defense that kind of stands out to you?
No, I mean, I think we all know Khalil Mack's body of work and resume speaks for himself. So, you would, as any offensive coordinator, O-line coach, you're gonna know where 5-2 is at. Van Doy, he's also a good rusher as well. I remember him being from the Patriots and Dolphins and seeing him. So definitely respect his game. And Samuel, I have caught Chargers games. He shows up in the secondary as a guy who, one, is fast. I think I seen him make an incredible interception on like a deep 7, and he came from like 15 yards back to grab it, and that just shows the playmaking ability that he had. And it's not a surprise and why that happens. Who his dad is, and he taught him the game and taught him everything he knows. And so you're seeing, now it's his time, and he's making the most of it this far in his young career.
Absolutely. I'm going to get off topic of the game right before we get into our predictions for the game. I'm going to go to a different topic, kind of put you guys a little bit on the spot here. I'm sorry about this, but we talk about this being an offense-driven league right now. Rules are all for the quarterback, all for the wide receivers. Is that disparaging to young people getting into football to come into a defensive secondary, to play defensive secondary, rather than say, oh well, I'll play wide receiver, or I'm going to try to play wide receiver instead because it's easier?
No, I think as the rules change, it's changing, at different levels as well. I mean, you watch college games and they're calling it the same way, as far as that, you don't have that type of, that much of room for error when it comes to playing in the secondary. So I think, as professionals, the reason why, we call them professionals, because they're able to adjust how the game's played and, change things within their game, whether it's training in the off season, getting ready for the new style of play or whatnot. I remember when the leading with your head and the tackling stuff was a big deal. And you look across the league right now, everybody is tackling the way that the league wants them to tackle. For one, they're going to take your money if you're not going to do it. And then for two, when it comes to the secondary, a coach is not going to play you if you're out there getting PIs all the time. If you're not able to adjust how the game is being called and played, you can't really call yourself a true professional. I mean, these guys are professionals. I mean, they're the top of the top when it comes to, playing football. Like Rodney is 1% of the world that can do this job at a high level. So if he's not able to adjust, how the game is being called or whatever the case may be, he wouldn't be in the position that he's in. So, I think everybody's able to adjust, especially if you're coming into the league, because, you're going to, you're going to play your game, how the game is being called.
Well, I was more talking like young, like just getting into like middle school, high school.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So,
Okay.
So the guys that are starting in middle school, high school, they're being taught how the game is being played today, and not how the game is played 10 years ago or 15 years ago.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
My son, if I'm fortunate to have a son, he's playing quarterback.
my son's
that's
playing
where
wide
the money
receiver.
that's where the money is. You good at all fronts, you know what I'm saying? No matter if you start back up, you gonna get
make
paid.
a lot.
Yeah, and now they're just gonna put the red. By the time my child's probably in the league of some sort, they're gonna have the red jersey on the quarterback
where you can't touch them. Yep.
Where you can't even. Yeah, it's getting to that point. They're gonna be able to play forever, man. Tom Brady, you're gonna see that every single year.
Oh my goodness, I
20 plus years quarterback.
Right. All right, we got about a minute left before we're gonna jump out of here. So Jerraud, What's your pick and prediction for this game?
Chargers got a long flight. It's a long flight to Indy. And it's not like they're playing, the best ball that they could possibly play. Indy's had 2 collapses the last 2 weeks, and I feel like we figure it out this week. Definitely going to have to score some points. I do think that Chargers are capable of scoring some points. So I'm going to go Colts 33, Chargers 28.
Wow, 33's been a big number the last 2 weeks. I'm telling you. So now you're saying we're going to score 33. All right, I got the Indianapolis Colts beating the Los Angeles Chargers as well. I think the defense holds it down for most of the game. I think the Colts will be able to run the game even without Jonathan Taylor. I like what I'm seeing from Deion Jackson for the most part, and Moss. I think the Colts win this 23-17. I think the defense gets a score in as well, whether it's a fumble return, like strip sack, fumble return, or an interception. Rodney, it's your turn for a pick 6, my guy.
Man, I appreciate you. That's the gift we need.
All right, Rodney, you're predicting a win, right?
Yes, sir.
All right,
get it done. Of course, by any means necessary.
Any means necessary, absolutely. Just like what Jerraud said last week. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please check us out. I'm Lawrence Owen, Jerraud Powers, Rodney McLeod. This was Bleav in Colts, brought to you by Bet Online. And until next time, go Colts.
Do you believe?